So about a week ago I was on a live stream and I wanted to play some PvP, but for my luck the servers were full of Hive and Bleeds and any type of stat effect built in the servers, which was destroying me in PvP, right? So with that said, that led me to this build. I said to myself, I need to make a 100% hazard protection build, that way I am immune to all of these status effect, and I'm gonna show you guys today. So I made this build is over 100%, and I'm gonna explain why it's over 100% and why you need at least 100% hazard protection, especially on this patch where there's a lot of status effect built out there. So yeah, so let's get into the video. Yeah, one guy, two. All right, what is that? What am I doing? Oh, I put my thing. Alright guys, come get your stuff, right? I don't need it. Alright, starting off, for the specialization, I am using the survivalist because I've been enjoying using survivalist lately. But it's not really specific for this build. You can go with something else, but the reason why I'm using it is because of the Seeker Mind Mender. I've been enjoying use this a lot lately, and also we have this perk right here on the skill tree, right? It's called the Survivalist Tactical. Group members get 10% bonus damage to targets with status effect, and remember we have also a fire grenade, right? So if we throw that fire grenade and have our enemies on fire, we don't have to worry about stepping on that fire because we are immune to anything when it comes to status effect. So that actually works out pretty good. And yeah, but the most important for me specifically is because of the Seeker Mind right here that I'm been enjoying a lot lately. So now taking a look at the build, guys, this is gonna be the build, right? This build is gonna be a 100% hazard protection, or at least 100% hazard protection build to be immune on PvP. It has damage and it does very well because I played with this on a live stream and I show you guys enjoyed the build, and some of you guys asked for the build, right? So I'm gonna show you guys the build now. So what I came up with, the most important of this build is gonna be this mask right here. By itself, we have all we need when it comes to hazard protection on this build. This mask by itself, right? And it's a named item. The name of it is going to be the Hollow Man, and it's a named item that gives you the talent Perfect Insulated. Now the Perfect Insulated gives you 50% hazard protection, and the normal Insulated will only give you 30% hazard protection. Now on this mask itself, we have another 54% hazard protection that comes from the attributes, and also because it's a y'all gear, it has 10% hazard protection from the first bonus of the brand set. So adding all of that, that's a total of 114% hazard protection. So we are already all set with hazard protection with this only one gear piece, right? But we're gonna end up getting more than what we need for hazard protection because of these 2 Gila Guards. By having 2, it's gonna give you a bonus set of 5% total armor, and the second bonus is gonna be 20% hazard protection to a total of 134% hazard protection on this build. But like I said, and I explained this a lot on the stream because everybody was asking, I do not need over 100% hazard protection. I only have that because I need these 2 Gila Guards on this build, and by having them there is just there, right? It's just gonna give me that hazard protection. So I have them there not because I'm looking for over 100%. I just have it because I have it there, right? So I just want to clear that up first before the comment section below go with a lot of questions. Now moving down, for the chest piece, is going to be the first Gila Guard on this build, and it's going to have attributes 1 blue and 2 reds, 25,000 armor, 12.5% weapon damage, and 7% critical hit chance. The talent in here is a surprise, is going to be the Bloodsucker. Depleting an enemy's armor adds a stack of 25% bonus armor for 10 seconds, max stacks is 6. Now if we put the PvP version of this, right, the Bloodsucker only gives you 15% bonus armor for 5 seconds and the max is 2. Now that's not a lot, but I've been doing it on the conflict and it's been working fine. But remember, when you go inside the occupied dark zone, usually we have these right here, because Occupy That Zone, even though it's a PvP area, I believe is not considered on the gear to be a PvP area, right? Only normalize that zone. So Occupy That Zone, you should have this full bonus in here, 25% instead of 15%, right? Now moving on, still on the chest piece, we have for the mods, we have Gilligard that gives us 3 mod slots, 2 blues and 1 red. I have 4,800 armor, 5% explosive resistance, 5,000 health. I have 2 of these, so it's gonna be the same on the second one. And then on the red, we have 1.5% weapon damage and 4% assault rifle damage. Moving now for the second, Gilligard is going to be on the holster, and I love this holster, right? Any holster that comes with the Gilligard, I love him because I have 2 attributes and 2 mod slots. So that's a total of 4 attributes on the holster from the Gilligards. And these 2 attributes from this Gilligard is going to be 2 blues plus 11% health and 42,000 health. With that said, we're going to get a lot of health on this Gilligard holster. And then the mod slot is going to be 2 reds, 2% of weapon damage, 4% assault rifle damage, 1.5% weapon damage and 4% assault rifle damage. All of that's gonna add up for our assault rifle damage. Moving up for the backpack, we have a 511 tactical backpack. Now this is not specific for this build because this is more like a PvE type of brand set, but this is the only backpack that gives me what I need for this build, and I need to have at least 9 reds and 11 blues, and any other backpack that I put on is not really giving me what I need. So I put this on and it gives me the attributes that I need with the armor that I need, right? For the attributes, I have 1 red and 2 blues, 3% weapon damage, 20,000 health, which is good, and 23,000 armor. Now I want to put more armor in here to make this build a little bit more tankier, since we have that bloodsucker in there. Once I get that, we're gonna have this build a lot tankier. For the talents, we have one of my favorite talents at the moment. I've been using this a lot. You guys can see I have a lot of them. So we have Spark, damaging enemies with skills or explosives, grant 15% weapon damage for 15 seconds. And we're gonna have 2 ways of activating these. I'm gonna show you guys the 2 ways in a second. The requirement is going to be 9 reds, that's why we need at least 9 reds for this build. And the second talent is going to be Hardened plus 15% armor. The mods are going to be only 1 mod, defensive mod slot. We have almost 4,000 armor, 3.5 total armor, and 2% protection from elites. Moving down for the gloves, we have the Ferris Group AB for this build that we need, right? It's essential for this build because it gives us 10% assault rifle damage, and on this build we're using a assault rifle. The attribute is going to be 2 reds, 6% SMG damage, which we do not need. I wish if it was some crit chance. I'm still looking for a gloves that has that. And then the second attribute, 11% assault rifle damage. For the talents, I have Precise, 15% headshot damage. You could go with Devastating, which is 5% weapon damage, but I like to go for headshots, so that's why I choose Precise. Last but not least, we have on the knee pads is gonna be another named item, the Emperor's Guard. One of my favorite also talents in the game, which is the Perfect Cloaked. When your arm is depleted, nearby enemies' skills are disrupted for 15 seconds, can occur once every 15 seconds. The attribute is going to be 11.5% total armor, which is really good for this build. We have a lot of armor, we want to have a lot of armor, right? And because it's the Murakami Industry brand set, we have 8% health from the brand set bonus. The mod slot in here is going to be a defensive mod slot, and it has 3,500 armor, 3.5 total armor, and 5% explosive resistance. Like I said, we need some explosive resistance in here for this build. They can go up to 10%, I believe, on the mods, but I do not have any of those. Now the gun of the show is gonna be the FAMAS. On the stream I used this a lot. I used the G36, which I'm gonna be making a video about it, showing you how it actually is a good gun, right? The FAMAS is still the best assault rifle in the game, but I like to change things around, do things different, and try something challenging. So that's why I use this, and it was fine. But the best gun, I would say, go with the FAMAS. I have this one that has a Ranger and Allegro on it, and yeah, just use these. For the mods, usually I go with 5% critical hit chance on the scope, 5% critical hit chance on the barrel, and some accuracy or stability on the muzzle, right? I have 10% accuracy on this muzzle, so yeah. For the magazine, we have that 20 plus round on the magazine, and minus 10% reload speed. Now the secondary, this is one thing that I will leave that to you guys to choose. So I am running with the chatterbox for the holster talent Blabbermouth. While holstered, reloading your weapon within 5 seconds after a kill grants 15% rate of fire for 10 seconds, and that's more DPS to your build, right? But the second option in here is gonna be the Merciless for the talent Brutality. While holstered, landing a shot has 5% chance to deal 100% damage as explosive damage, and the reason why you want to use this, right, is for activating the talent on the backpack Spark. But I am using the chatterbox in here because I do have a second option to activate the talent on the backpack, which is a question that I got on one of my videos lately, which is how I am activating my talent on the backpack if I don't have the Merciless in there, right? And the answer is gonna be with my Striker Drone. The Striker Drone does damage to your enemy, so with that said, that's gonna be activating your talent on your backpack, right? Because it's a skill and it's doing damage, and that's what the talent says on the backpack. And as long as the Striker Drone is hitting your enemy, that talent Spark is gonna be active for all that period of time. But once you have the Merciless, it's gonna be activating for 15 seconds until you hit your next explosive shot to activate it for another 50 seconds. So Striker Drone actually here works a lot better, but at the same time it has some consequence, right? People can shoot it down, so it's a matter of choice. Sometimes I go with both Striker Drone and the Merciless, which works fine. If I don't have one, I have another one. But like I said in here, I'm gonna leave that for you to choose what you want to go with. I'm going right now with the chatterbox, but I could probably change it in the fight to the Merciless if I want to, right? Now speaking of the skills, right, we have, like I said, the Striker Drone for the activation of the talent on the backpack, the Spark, and we have the second skill, which is going to be the Secret Mine, the Mender, which is specific for the specialization, the Survivalist. I've been using these a lot lately though. These two skills right here, I've been using them a lot lately. They work good together. I like using them. The skill of the Mender because it helps me with that healing, and also the Striker Drone to activate the talent in the backpack. That's it. That's about the explanation that I can give you why I'm using them. Now I'm going to the stats, right, for the weapon that we're running right now, which is the FAMAS. We have 20,000 weapon damage per bullet and 13,000 on the PvP areas like the conflict and normalized dark zone. We have 22% crit chance, 25% crit damage, 70% headshot damage, 20.5% all weapon damage with a 48% assault rifle damage. We add that up, that's gonna be a 68% weapon damage for our AR. Now when it comes to defensive stats, right, we have 356 armor, 119 max health, and we, of course, scrolling down, we have 15.56 explosive resistance, 134 hazard protection, which I explain why I have it and why you only need 100%, and 100% is going to be for all of these stats right here, right? So we are covered for any type of status effect on this build. So we're not going to get put in bleed, we're not going to be putting on burn status effect. So that's what this build is all about. But yeah guys, that's the build. I hope you guys enjoyed the build. Let me know what you guys think of this build. It works fine for me. I show it on the live stream. You guys saw the potential of the build. You guys saw the build can melt. The build can have good survivability against skill builds that has that status effect. So yeah, the build just works. So if you guys want to take a look at it, just give it a try. That's up to you. And yeah, I show you guys the footage on the live stream, so yeah, you guys have the proof. Now I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, hit me with a like. We are close to that 5,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for all the support. I will be doing another stream probably this week. I don't know when, but I'll let you guys know on the community tab, right? So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you enjoyed the video, hit me with a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Oh my god, did someone help me? I think someone helped me. But that snap though is... Oh, I don't have more healing. I'm screwed.